Man, Johnny, I'm excited about this segment, man. It's our Indie Filmmaker series, man, and we got a special guest in the house with us, man.
Yes, we do, man, Bruce. We hadn't done this segment in a minute, and I am super excited that we're
Same here.
bringing this particular segment back, and we have this gentleman on. When I tell you, and when I first saw the trailer for the movie that we're about to talk about, I said, "Man, this dude is a phenomenal actor, man." I was like, "I have to reach out to him. I have to see about getting him on the show." And he was available, and so we made it happen, man. So today on the 515 Real to Real podcast, our indie spotlight segment today is none other than Roy Williams Jr. What's going on, Roy? Man, how you doing?
Roy, how's it going,
What's
man?
happening? What's happening, gentlemen? Happy to be on. Happy to be on with you two in particular. I've been watching some things with you two. So, yo, thanks for having me, and thank you for wanting to talk about this amazing film and all that good stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
Glad to
man.
be
Yes,
here.
man.
Yeah, so well, before we get started, I see you have that NASCAR hat on your head.
Mm.
So where are you from?
I'm from Florida. I'm from Florida. Well, I grew up I'm from the South, so
Okay, okay,
yeah, I lived in parts. My dad's in the military, so I was born in Hawaii. I lived in Georgia for a bit and Florida as well. So I'm a good old Southern boy. So
okay. Well,
the
I'm a
thing is,
good.
I've never went to a NASCAR event. I'll be honest with you, but one of my first gigs that I booked was like a Jeff Gordon like commercial like way back in the day. So I got some ties, a little bit of ties to some NASCAR though.
That's what's up, man. But I'm
Awesome.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this: if you ever get a chance to, you're gonna have to come to Alabama.
Got to go
Mm.
to Talladega.
You're gonna have to go to Talladega.
Got to, right?
Have to go to
Got to.
Talladega. It is like nothing you've ever experienced
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
life.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
But I
I've
tell
heard that.
everybody, you have to experience at least once. At least
yeah,
one
Yeah.
time, you have to experience it.
I'm gonna put that on my bucket. I've always kind of wanted to attend a NASCAR joint, but I just never had the opportunity. But Talladega, I'm gonna put that on the bucket list for sure. For
Hey, well, you
sure.
got the Alabama Connects now, man. So feel free to
right,
come
man.
on,
So
man.
whenever
Come
you
on down to
Yeah.
Alabama, man.
And
when
I've
you
been to Bama a few times. So I mean, I'm from the Panhandle, of Florida, right? So we just call that Lower Bama as it is. You know what I mean? So I've been to
yeah,
Alabama quite a few times. So
Okay.
okay,
yeah, man.
that's what's
Okay.
up, man. What's
So
up?
Roy,
So
man, tell us about your filmmaking journey, man. How did you get started, man?
Oh man, so long. I'm gonna try to make this long story as compact as I possibly can. But it all kind of happened by chance, right? Like most careers, just kind of by chance. I was, a young kid, didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do at the time. I was working in Sandestin, Florida, at Nike Outlet.
Oh yeah.
Guy came through my line. He gave me his card, and it was a card for this play. And I've never done any acting in my life, right? So it was just like, you need to come and try it out. I think, you got a good look, and I was like, all right, man. I didn't think nothing of it, right? I was like, what do I have to prepare? Like, what do I need to do? It's like a monologue. I had no clue what a monologue was. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I mean? I didn't know what a
Right.
monologue was, but I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. But I ended up going home thinking about it, and I looked up what a monologue was, and I was like, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and get something. Just told me just to give it a try, right? So the only monologue that I could think of at that time was Denzel's Training Day monologue. King Kong ain't got issue. You know what I mean?
Oh
That one,
yeah.
right? So that was during that. That just kind of tells you like how long I've been doing it, right? So it was during that time period, and I remember because back in the day, I mean, we don't do like DVD. I mean, we still do DVDs, right? But I remember we had the DVD. I remember just putting it in my DVD player, just rewinding, fast forward, rewinding, stopping, and all that good stuff. But I ended up getting like that off book for that monologue, have it memorized, and I went to the audition. I was nervous, palms sweaty, all that. Didn't know what to expect, but I ended up booking a small role. Ended up booking a small role in this play, and the play was called Hollywood Comes to the Emerald Coast. And pretty much, I remember just being on stage, and it was just like one of those. So I grew up playing sports, right? Baseball was my main sport. I played basketball, I played football as well, but baseball. was primarily my main sport. And I remember just being up on stage. It just reminded me of being in a batter's box. It was that feeling of just like everything just is quiet. You don't hear anything. You're just kind of in the moment. You're just present. And I was just like, man, this is. I was like, I don't know what this is. This is dope though. You know, it's a different feeling. And I mean, I didn't tell nobody I was doing this play because to me,
Wow.
at that time, I was just like, yo, like this ain't a cool thing. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't want to see nobody be, it's like I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But nobody came. Nobody came. None of my close friends. My parents came, but I didn't tell nobody.
Wow.
But I remember that having that feeling on stage, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna just kind of keep doing this, and I kept doing it, and it led me from one thing to another. I ended up getting representation. I moved down to study film in Orlando, but commercial agents, theatrical agents, print jobs, and I was hitting the ground running in Orlando, and it got to the point where I ended up getting representation out in California because I built up my resume enough through a friend because he gave me his contact. He had a manager out in Cali, and the manager was pretty much like, look, it was like, I'll sign you, but you need to be out here within a year, a year. And that was October of 2012, right? And just lo and behold, October 2013, we were out in LA, me and my wife, and it was just like we didn't know how we were, at the time when he made that offer. I was just like, yeah, I just took it. I was like, I just wanted representation, right? I just wanted Cali representation, and a year later, almost to the date, I end up, we're out in Cali by just like the grace of God. It just kind of just
Wow.
happened for us, and the rest was history, man. So I came here, was booking some TV jobs, and now we're here.
Man, that's amazing. I
Awesome.
mean, to go from working at Nike,
Right.
in the outlet mall, to someone
Yeah.
coming in your line and looking at you and
Right.
saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I see something." Something
Yeah.
that you didn't even think about, something you didn't even know was there. I don't even know if you even, in your mind just would sit at home at any given time and
Mhm.
just run lines, or, would
Yeah.
just into movies like that or whatever. But to see someone to see that in you, and that just changed your whole life, man. That
It
is
really
nothing.
did.
That is
Yes.
nothing.
It really did.
Yeah.
It was just, just the events just kind of. I mean, and there's a lot of little things that happen, from that point to right now that's just by chance, and I don't think I don't believe in coincidences. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. I think I'm here for a reason, and I'm doing what I'm doing for a reason. So yeah, it just he just came through my line, and I actually gave it a shot, and I just kept at it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing. So, man, let's get into the Lord of all future space and time.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, man, that
yeah,
title itself, I was like, okay, I really want to see what this movie is about.
right.
So, tell our audience a little bit about the project, about your character, Wheeler, and what drew you to want to be a part of this project.
So this is your typical Western get back film. So I mean, what I appreciated about this, he kept with like, and when I say he, I mean Chris Paul Russell, the writer director of the film, amazing talent, dude. Just, I mean, you both seen it. Amazing talent. The writing's amazing. So here, let me start backwards. What led me to this film? One was the writing and the script, right? Carl had introduced me to Chris Paul Russell because obviously I've worked with Carl before, and I wasn't really familiar with Chris's work. After like obviously reading the script, I was blown away. I was like, yo, if this dude can make this, you know what I mean? If this is like the way I envision it, and if and it was, and I was like, dude, like you've got to be bold as hell to try to do something like this. It takes, I don't know what kind of brain it takes to, you think you can do this as a short film? And he told me pretty much, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. If you're that confident, then I'm on board. So obviously I got it, read for the role, and ended up booking a part, and the rest was history. So but typical Western, uh, you know, the the town's bad guy kills my wife. I'm out for revenge, and pretty much the rest is history. What I liked about the film, and added in that sci-fi element as well, right? So you get a little bit of like it's sci-fi, some futuristic. We go back in time. We play with time, the timeline. There's also some animation. There's comedy. There's a lot of elements in the film, and you watch it. It has literally everything. And I mean, as we're like submitting for film festivals, it's so hard just to like put this in like a box. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like,
Right.
what is this film? It's like, yo, is it a comedy? Is it this? Is it that? It's like it's really a lot of different things. It's dramatic, right? There's a lot of drama in it. There's a lot of like quick whips in it too. It's comedy. There's some funny parts. It's like you can literally there's moments where you just laugh out loud. You're like, yo, that's funny. There's moments where you can probably get a little choked up as well. So the fact that he was able to Chris was able to add all of those elements in a short is rare, because I've seen tons of short films, and I've never seen anything like this at all.
Yeah, and you said it's the typical, but it definitely is not the typical, because like you just
Yeah.
said, it's so many different genres going on. Like
Right,
it's a little
right,
bit of
right.
sci-fi. Now the themes of a Western, yes,
The
I
themes,
definitely get that,
yes,
the
yes,
revenge, the
yes,
get
yes.
back, but with all the different elements, it's like I don't, like you said, I don't even think you can call this a certain type of genre.
Right.
Because it is so many different things. There's comedy, there's sci-fi, there's drama, there's of course that Western spaghetti Western feel to it.
Right.
So many different things all wrapped into this one short film, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, I'm in this. For me, I felt it was important. I mean, I love the fact that he was willing to take a risk to have a black cowboy to play this role as well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Me being Dyson Wheeler, I was like, yeah, I love seeing that on. We've seen it recently, but I mean, to see it now in a film like this was really really cool, and to take a risk, because honestly, it's kind of a risk. It's like, yo, because it was an open role, open ethnicity. And it wasn't necessarily, it could have been anybody, could have been in this role, but I was blessed enough to actually to read for it and to get it. And I think it just adds a different type of, feel and element, because it is a black cowboy and not the typical cowboys that we're used to seeing on screen, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And,
so
and
I was going to ask you about that as far as you being that lead role in this film. And right now, we do see a lot going on when it comes to bringing out the history of the black cowboy, and to
Hmm.
have you playing that role, that does something for the culture, that opens it up a little bit more to understanding uh, our role during the those times in the West, and
Hmm.
as cowboys, and being the original cowboy or whatever.
Right.
So to have you playing that role, what did that do for you as far as the culture?
Um, you know, it really didn't. I mean, when I got it, I was like, man, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be a black cowboy. But I don't think it really hit me until, honestly, I was because we world premiered at Tribeca in New York, right, for the film. And it wasn't until after we had our first screening, and someone came up to me. He was like, and it was a black gentleman, and he was like, and you know what I mean? And that's all it was. It was a
Yeah.
nod. I was like, and then I realized, I was like, man, I was like, yeah, and it's big. And then obviously I've been doing a lot of interviews and been talking about, the black cowboy now, and it's just like, yeah, and it's all just kind of coming together. So I mean, it's huge for me, and I think it's huge for our community, and I'm starting to see a lot more sort of stuff coming out with the black cowboy, Jordan Peele's documentary and everything. I'm just like,
yes.
yeah, to me, it's like, yo, perfect timing. He's like, perfect timing. Um, but yeah, I think it's a movement, and hopefully we can just continue this for sure. Yeah.
And you mentioned submitting for film festivals, and you also just stated about doing a screening at Tribeca. Can you tell us about many of the film festivals, and some major film festivals at that?
Yeah.
But tell us
Yeah.
about some of the film festivals that you guys have been accepted in.
Yeah, for sure. So we world premiered at Tribeca. We screened like 3 times there, and the feedback was absolutely amazing, phenomenal. And that was obviously Tribeca is huge, it's one of the most prestigious festivals in the world, right? So that was huge. As soon as I got that news, I was over the moon. And then we came out and we had our LA premiere at LA Shorts, which is another
Oh
huge
yes.
film festival. As well. So we did LA Shorts. Most recently, we did Michaud, um, which was here. That's another big one. Michaud Film Festival. We won Best Sci-Fi. Best
Congratulations.
Sci-Fi there. We had a lot of nominations. I think I got nominated for Best Actor there as well. Um, and then we did Nuga. We did FilmQuest recently. We had like 8 nominations at FilmQuest. I think we won like Best Sci-Fi Short at FilmQuest. I think Chris might have won and I could be wrong, but I think he did win for Best Director at FilmQuest as well.
Okay.
We did Smod Castle, which is gosh, we did Smod Castle. He won Best, I think, Screenplay there. I mean, gosh, I think it's like we're on like Festival 11, and we
Wow.
got 2 more that we can't announce. We're gonna announce at the beginning of the year. So I will say I will be heading back to Florida in January. I'll be going back to Orlando, so that'd be a fun time. But yeah, and that'd be probably around like 12 or 13 festivals, and we just started in June, man. So
Wow.
it's been well received, and I'm just like it's just kind of just taken off. But I mean, when you watch the product, it just makes sense as
Yes.
to why it's doing so well. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Definitely
It's
well
a
deserved.
phenomenal project, man. It's a phenomenal project. So let me ask you this before we let you go. When people come to a screening
mm.
at one of the festivals, what is the main takeaway that you all are wanting them to leave the theater with?
For me in particular, when I go to the theater, I want to go see a movie, and I want to experience everything. I want to experience like that theatrical, like everything about it. I want to sit back and be entertained, right? And I want to see a good performance. I want the sound to just take over. I want to have moments to just get drawn in by the film. I just want to enjoy the film, enjoy the story. I want to be, um, just fulfilled by that theatrical experience, right? I don't just want to go to theater and just oh yeah, that was good, eat my popcorn, yeah, it was cool. No, it's like I want to come out there fulfilled, like yeah, that was worth my money.
Yes.
That was it. Everything, there was nothing. We hit on all cylinders. They hit on all cylinders. The acting was good, performance. I love the editing. I love this. It had everything that I wanted in a film. And I think for me, what I want from the audience out of this film is that, because I think that's exactly what it brings. You can go in there and if you watch it on a big screen, just it just kind of takes over. It takes you into that experience that is needed in a theater, right? It's one thing you can watch it on a computer and it's still a good film, but when you go into a theater and you watch The Lord of All Future Space and Time, right off bat, when that bag drops out of the sky and it's like
Yeah.
boom, right? And people like literally in the theater, they're just like poof, and it brings them in right away. It's like we've already won them right off bat. So I mean, it's that type of experience, and I love just to be taken for a ride, and I hope this film does that to the audience. Just take it for the ride. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like you can't really define like what type of genre this is because it has so much going on. Like I even
right.
compare it to a little bit like a Sinners, how like you really can't define what this film is. It's just a
I was
great
about
film.
to.
It's a film.
I was thinking Sinners when I'm like that experience. I remember my wife and I just going to because we went to the theater obviously to see that, right?
Yes.
And something new, something fresh. And you
Yes.
go in and the performances take you away, they're directed, and I'm like even the music, just everything just worked.
Yes.
It just worked. And yeah. Yeah.
That's the same type of feeling I had watching this project, man. So kudos to the entire team, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, dude.
Yes.
So, man, what's next for you?
Um, I got a couple of things in line. I'm currently reading 2 scripts, 2 features. Hopefully that will be made next year. That's what we're hoping for. I do have 2 shows coming out next year as well. That should be airing next year as well. It's a show called Angel that'll be on BET Plus. I'm recurring in that, and a show called Jupiter Jones. I'm recurring in that like a major recurring, like a 6-7 episodes. Play a terrible human being, but that I'll be out once that comes out. I'll promote it. But yeah, I play a terrible human being. But I got a couple of shows coming out, man. I can't wait till those drop. So that'll be out in May. I'm not sure when Angel's going to drop, but that'll drop at some point next year as well.
Roy,
So,
man, we
yeah.
appreciate you joining us on the show, man. Again, congratulations on the project. We look forward to seeing more from you. And man, we wish you and your family a happy holidays, man.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you
Thank you.
too.
Yeah,
Sure.
man. We really enjoyed having you on, man.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, man. Everybody, Roy Williams Jr.
Just getting started.